A billionaire returns home from the UK to take over his grandfather's law firm, only to meet a 5-year-old girl with the exact same birthmark as him. But when he asks who her father is, her answer shakes his entire world. If you're just tuning into this channel, please subscribe, give this video a thumbs up, and let us know where you're watching from. Grace stood frozen in the doorway of her off-campus apartment. It was meant to be a surprise visit. She had just completed her final year defense, the last step before graduation, and excitement had carried her all the way there. So excited she hadn't even changed out of her black and white presentation outfit. Her plan was simple: grab Josh, her fiancé, and celebrate with suya malt and wedding gist. The wedding was months away. Families were already involved. She had even picked bridesmaid colors. But standing at that door, Grace felt the ground vanish beneath her feet. There, on the couch, sat Josh, and curled into his side, head on his shoulder, was Rachel, her closest friend, her maid of honor. The air was heavy, curtains drawn, a half-empty wine bottle on the table. Rachel wore Josh's t-shirt, loose like she'd slept in it. Josh's hand rested on her bare thigh. Grace didn't need context. She had walked into aftermath. Her fingers tightened around the file she still held. Josh's eyes shot open when he saw her. "Grace," Rachel flinched upright. "You didn't say she was coming today." That sentence alone fractured something in Grace. "I came to tell you I passed," she said softly. "My final defense. I passed." Silence. Rachel adjusted her shirt. Josh stood like he was stepping out of a crime scene. "Grace, I know this looks— You know exactly what it looks like," she cut in, still rooted at the door. "And you're not even sorry enough to hide it better." Rachel muttered, "It wasn't planned." Grace let out a short, bitter laugh. "But you didn't stop it either." Her chest rose and fell faster now. "I was busy chasing dreams for our future," she said to Josh, voice tight, "while you were here, sharing it with my friend." Josh opened his mouth, but the words failed him. Grace stepped back. No screaming, no tears, just quiet devastation. "You two deserve each other." And she walked away, still clutching the file like it was the only thing holding her together. By 9:42 p.m., Grace sat alone in Elixir Lounge, hands shaking slightly, nursing a drink she hadn't touched. She'd never been to a bar by herself. She wasn't even sure why she came. All she knew was home wasn't an option tonight. Across the room, Ethan was surrounded by old friends. His last weekend in Lagos before heading to the UK for a new job. The table buzzed with laughter, bottles clinking, pepper soup bones on napkins, old jokes from uni days. But Ethan wasn't in the mood. Then he noticed her. A woman in school wear, hair tied like she left in a rush, eyes red and distant. She looked like someone life had flipped upside down. Something nudged him. He stood. "I'll be back," he told his friend. "Guy, where you they go?" "Just a second." He walked over. "Hey, mind if I sit here?" Grace blinked. "Do I know you?" "Number, but you look like someone who could use quiet company." She studied him. "I don't even know why I'm here." "You want to talk about it?" She looked down at her drink. "I walked in on my fiancé and best friend, together." Ethan winced. "Oh, wow." "Yeah," Grace replied. "And now I'm here, drinking something I don't even like, talking to a stranger." "I could leave." She shook her head. "Number, you're better than my thoughts right now." He gave a soft smile. "That's the nicest thing I've heard all day." He sat. The bartender glanced over. Ethan nodded for a second glass. "Red wine, sweet. She needs sugar more than fire." Grace raised an eyebrow, didn't speak. He poured gently and nudged her glass closer. "Not every day burn. Sometimes just breathe." She finally looked at him. "You sound like a therapist, just a guy who's tasted heartbreak." She sipped, then another and another. "You want to talk?" he asked. "No," she said. Then after a beat, "Yes, maybe." And so the hours slipped by. Stories flowed. Pain, laughter, regret. She told him everything, well, most things. The betrayal, the silence, the virginity she'd kept for a man who didn't keep her. "I thought it made me special," she said quietly. Guess not. She downed the rest. Ethan poured another. Then she leaned in, voice low. Do you want it? Ethan blinked. Want what? My virginity. He froze. I'm tired of saving things for people who don't care, she said. It didn't stop him from choosing someone else. Why should I keep carrying it like gold? He hesitated. Are you sure? She nodded. You don't know me. I don't know you. That's perfect. No baggage, no drama, just forget tonight. He reached for his wallet. I'll call a cab. No, she said, standing. You take me upstairs. In the hotel room above the lounge, silence reigned. No wild moans, no romantic music, just soft quiet. It wasn't about lust, it was about release. Two strangers tired of pain, seeking peace in each other's arms. By dawn, Ethan stirred. He sat up slowly, hand to his head. The bed beside him was cold. He looked around. She was gone, her glass still on the table, her scent faint on the sheets, but no note, no number, no name, nothing. He sat in silence. She was memory now, and he didn't even know her name. 3 months later, her stomach reminded her, and fate reminded him. Ethan returned to the hotel front desk just before sunrise, hair ruffled, eyes tired. Good morning, he said quietly. The woman I came with that night, did she leave a name? A message? Anything? The receptionist didn't lift her head. She left early, didn't speak to anyone. He nodded slowly. No name, no lead, just a ghost of a night. Grace arrived back at her hostel at 7 a.m., blouse rumpled, hair in chaos, guilt riding her like a shadow. She sat on her bed, staring at the wall. What were you thinking, Grace? Heartbroken from Josh, shattered by Rachel, and now this, sleeping with a stranger whose name she didn't even ask. She sat in that regret, let it sink in, then stood up. We move. Clearance awaited, law school forms, life. Back home, drama resumed like a Netflix series. Her mother pounced first. You and Josh are over? What happens to the Asubi money we gave Auntie Chinwe? Grace blinked. Mommy, don't mommy me? After all the fasting and prayer, that broomstick, Rachel? Her father watched silently, shaking his head like a disappointed committee chairman. Then, finally, he spoke. What's your plan now? Grace opened her mouth, but Mom cut in, calmer but firm. Move on. Start preparing for law school. Grace nodded, quietly left for her room. But the real bomb dropped 4 weeks later. Missed period. 1 month, then 2. Nausea joined the party. 3 test kits, 3 pink lines. She screamed, a low, gutted scream, not fear, regret. When her parents found out, the house exploded. Her mother shouted in tongues, Who did this to my daughter? Thunder, slap him from heaven. Her father packed her box. This disgrace won't stay under my roof. Grace begged. Call Mama. Grandma came like an oracle, sunglasses on, Zobo in hand. So, you brought scandal to my door, she said. Grandma, I'm sorry. You're lucky I boiled rice. Enter before mosquitoes join your disgrace. That night, Grace broke down, told Grandma everything. Grandma didn't flinch, just listened, then said, Find him. Find who? The man that planted this national news in your belly. He deserves to know. But, don't let your child grow up asking, Who's my father? And you're pointing at clouds. The next day, Grandma drove her to Elixir Lounge herself. At the front desk, she asked sweetly, My granddaughter was here 3 months ago with one man. We just want to greet him. Receptionist didn't budge. It's against policy. Grandma took off her glasses. Do you know who I am? Ma, please. Even a name? Just one name for this pregnancy? Ma, God will judge you. As they walked off, Grandma muttered, 1 night stand, 1 million consequences. Back at school, Grace faced law school like war. Her bump began to show. So did whispers. She's pregnant. Who's the father? I heard he's abroad. I heard he's imaginary. One girl asked, Are you keeping it? Grace looked her dead in the eye. Are you keeping your ignorance? At the supermarket, Grace was picking oats when she heard, "Well, look who's glowing with scandal." Josh, still built like disappointment. "So, you really went and got pregnant for a mystery man? Classy." She smiled. "And you opened your mouth in public? Risky." "I was going to marry you." "You were also going to marry your ego." He scoffed. "Who's the father?" "I'll tell you when I find out who your real father is." She stepped closer. "Go back to irrelevance. You wear it well." And walked out like a queen. That night, back at Grandma's, she rubbed her belly. "We're okay. We're more than okay." And somewhere across the ocean, a man who didn't even know she existed was about to find out everything. Thanks for watching my video.